So today we will talk about three very essential parts of animation. Actually, I already mentioned about principle. Actually, it's two principles, but one of them is called principles of three. Okay, you see this the page, right? You see the drawing. Principle of three. What is a principle? Why is so important? It's actually whenever you choose these extremes, or it could be just no in-betweens, just one extremes or in-betweens between them. But principle of three is so important to show how inertia works. Inertia, it's probably one of them has called hardest part, like I said before, to do in animation. Inertia show the weight. And if you see here, number one, yeah, this car, here is a funny car, like eye, whatever, bumper, right? Light, front light. The first position, the second position is anticipation, right? And the third position, which means if you can show easy way, that's a key, anticipation and moves. You see 1, 2, 3, right? 3 positions. That's the most important positions because we actually in animation really clearly see what's going on in these 3 positions. This one, like this, right? This is 4. It could be only one frame. It could be even, just, completely stretched, kind of like this. Only one position could be this way too. And next one, 3 positions here. Like when you start at 3 position, principle 3, and when you finish, it's called enter position, key position, and exit position. It's kind of this case. This is start your movement, not your, car's movement, right? But here, this one, it's a kind of recoil, key position, kind of a little bit further than normal. Go to here first, right, and then back to the normal. But the same principle of 3. And they're actually supposed to be very close to each other. In this case, I call the second principle the spot principle. The spot principle means if you see here the ball, and if this one or this one or this one or even closer, that's a spot always touch previous one. The spot of the ball or spot of the drawings or spot of the shape of the car or whatever, human. That's a spot principle. In this case, when spot all the time or overlapped previous drawing or just touched previous drawing, that's a good to see what's going on with the character, to see emotional state. When we work this way, right? If we just started here, principle of 3, the next one will be like this. Really, you see, touch it, even touch it, the light of the car, right? Even just touch it. That will be connection, It's not broken, but it's like this and like this. It's broken. See, that's the reason why you see some kind of smudge shape. When it's happened, when Disney usually start to have to improve their skills, animation skills, there are lots of time they actually spend to study films. In a film, you can see them fast movement. It's kind of blur, right? Like this. Kind of like ball, and there's a blur like this, right? But actually, originally, ball is here, and this is blur. Right? And when they're, just connected everything, circle it, that will be the shape of the ball. See, that's why it looks like it's not roundish anymore. It's the same principle here too. Yeah. So anyway, what is about today? Today about 3 things. First, principle of 3, very important. Where these positions? It's very important to remember previous principle, like I said, it's connected previous one to the next one, like a chain, right? Chain is so important, number 1. Number 2, spacing. How far your next drawing from a previous one. But it's everything, it's related to the principle of three. That's basically it, what we have to do today. So plus, on the top of this, of course, on the top of this, you have to remember that your character is supposed to have some personality. And also, it's just like a variation. Could be not so much move, on the screen. Maybe just a half of this. Maybe just, up to from here to up to here. It's up to you, right? But you need to work with this principle. You have to understand how to do this, how it works, and try to feel the weight. Like I said, the weight, it's always when it's inertia, involved in your movement, character movement. That's basically it. Is there any questions?
How many frames there's supposed to be for this one, for example, long connecting key, the stretched one?
Yeah, like I said, if you do, I'll show you again.
We can put it in one key, but we can just
okay. This okay. Very important. What I have to see this one, like how it's anticipated. Anticipation give to the character, prediction what's happen next. You see, and just start to move. From like 1, 2, 3, like I said, principle of three. Next one could be only one frame, that's it. Right now, but this one is important. And also important how this stops, right? How this stops. Again, this principle of three here. Principle of three and principle of three. Three is important, like I said, stuff when you did actually, right? Pendulum, remember? Pendulum, enter, key, and exit. That's why we see boom, slow in and slow out. Boom, slow in, slow out. That's a principle of three. I would say principle of three is actually probably one of the most important principle in animation, because this is accent. Accent, you see what's really you're talking about. Any gesture, when you work with principle of three in any gestures, you will see what's going on with the character. Not just move back and forward, not like this, right? But principle of three, you go one direction, right? You have to stop it, principle of three, right? You start from principle of three. Again, start from here, principle of three, and back to here. Same way. I believe you understand what I'm talking about, right? Also, don't forget, the ground line. You see this, the ground line first. Okay. Second, you draw one key, this one, right? See this key. Actually, I believe you have a video, right? You have to plan your scene with extremist poses, right? First, and after that, you can start. Don't follow my exactly, because in my case I did some overlap, which is important too, by the way, like overlap for lights, for bumper. Remember, just it works on overlap when car doing something but front light and bumper doing kinda delay the movement. That's called overlap. It's actually the same principle. It works with tires, right? With everything. But try to do this way, okay? Alena, I can see your screen right now. It could be very simple. You don't need to draw details. Just simple, just kind of scribble. Like scribble drawings. You know what scribble means, right? It's like a drawing by kids. Yeah, but Lena, it's really good how you started, with thumbnails, but way too many drawings. You don't need to plan even in-betweens. No, it's not necessary, It's just kind of messy. See, on the top.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you need probably, like I said, 3 on the left, 3 on the right, and maybe 1 in the middle. That's enough. I can recognize even the shape of this car. It's a beetle, right? No, it's okay. It's enough. You don't need to redraw. Don't waste your time. No. Just for future, okay? But I like simplicity. It's really simple, real nice, clear, nice. By the way, when I do my car animation, right, I actually thinking that when cars driving forward, yeah, it's faster than cars driving backward, especially in the very beginning, right? When you do some animation, you have to realize what is actually will happen in real life. I try to reflect, try to be frankly, like Glenn Keane said, frankly. Okay, I can see basically 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all of you. Wow. One important thing, you see that axis before car stops, this axis like this, right? This axis like this. Before it stops, it's supposed to be pull back the center of weight. You see, this is in the front, this is in pull back. In this assignment, particularly in this assignment, it's all principle how to start move like a walking, right? When a character is walking, it's absolutely the same principle, same like you do in a car. How the character stops, like if it's human stops. Okay, I recommend to draw a car with connection this car's tire to the ground. Starts to do this way. It will be easier for you to keep this on the ground. First draw tires, after draw car. Mo, you're absolutely right. Old style animation, or I would say like a Disney, Frank Thomas or Johnson, they start to draw very lightly, very lightly, because in this case you actually don't think about lines, you don't struggle with lines, you try to catch the feelings. By the way, Glenn Keane, he's doing opposite way. He's pushing the pencil very hardly, like really black pencils, lines really strong. It's too many lines. That's personal choice.
When I was started drawing, it was said that it's connected with our temperament, so it just like depends of your character. Are you calm or not, for example?
Yeah, I see. Yeah, think about what's going on with the axis. Absolutely right to think about axis, but not. Okay, I'll show you one thing. You go this direction, right? I would say this one, right? When you're doing this, you have to do that way. Not like palm, palm, palm. No, you see, gradually, at least 3 drawings for changing. Couldn't be one drawing like this, second is like this, and again like this. No, see, gradually, 3 drawings, 3 drawings, 3 drawings. See, at least 3 drawings. Could be more, of course. Okay, yeah, you are right now, but you have to draw cabin too, or body of the car, whatever, because now you just you made tires.
Yeah, you said that first draw tires and then decide tires and then the body.
Yeah, but I'm
Okay.
talking about all drawing, not only just the tires animation. You see what I mean? Because first what I've seen, you just draw body, and after that you draw tires and your body up in the air, not your car's body. Now you already have tires and put a body. When I talk about to draw tires first, it's a called animation point. In any animation, you have to start your drawing from certain points, most important in this particular scene. With this car, it's kind of like a basic or essential part, it's tires. Also about timing, as I see more cars, timing, it's actually how to work with timing, right? First of all, you can, when you start to do some animation from the left to the right, like from one point to another point, like I said, think about 1 second, right? 1 second and half of this, it's at 12 frames, right? Half a second, at least, right? Just for move. Plus for anticipation, plus for stopping. It gives you, I don't know, at least maybe 1 second. And also try to put every drawing on 2. Try to put just automatically. Check it. If you see this is too slow, some parts is too slow, speed it up. Make it some ones. But if you see it's not enough, just add more frames. Work this way too. It's easy way. It's like I said, for anticipation, you actually can put maybe, 12 frames, just for anticipation. From 9 maybe to 12. Actually not 12, 13 frames. Okay, as you see on my animation, it's overlap for tires, right? And plus, I don't really see anticipation in your animation before car start to move. Okay, anyway, anticipation means like if you want to character moves to the right, yeah, you have to move character to opposite way, to the left. It's principle of how it's called spring principle, yeah. When you push spring and after you release, first like a pushing, it's anticipation. When you release, it's a movement.
It's like preparation for movement, yes?
Exactly. But like I said, if you push spring down, right, with your finger, you squash it and you prepare to release. You know, when you release, spring is stretched and jump up. That's exactly what anticipation is. Similar to that. I would say something, your main problem, guys, all of you, you start from the first position, right? But nobody I see, you know, put the second position, which is on the right side of the screen. It's like two extremes position. You just make a first one and that's it. And you make it straight ahead positions. It's not quite right. You have to do most extremist positions first. That's very important thing, okay? Means like you know how you started, but you don't know yet how you finish. Kate, the one problem when a car is in the middle position, right? When it's actually riding fast. And the next drawing, if you see next one after that, yeah, this one, it's too fast and too big now, you know, too fast to changes its shapes. It's number one. Number two, like I said, if you wanna show something, right, the principle of three, like I said, it needs to be at least three drawings when character stops or, you know, slow down or push the brakes, whatever. In your case, you have only one and two. Actually, originally only one. Like after this next drawing, you see, that's only one drawing. You see, that's plus you keep this in the same place, which is couldn't be happen. No, the body of the car in the same place. That's why it's kind of strange looking movement. You know, you have to think the center of weight. Let's say like in a box or in a square shape, right in the center, the center of weight. And the center of weight couldn't be stopped right away. You know, couldn't be. Inertia, you know, it's supposed to be inertia. You just put in the center of the cabin, you can put the dot, big dot. You can put dot in the center of this cabin. Yeah, right here. Yeah. And previous one. Okay, next one, previous. And previous. You see, it stops here. That's why it doesn't work. Center of weight is supposed to be gradually slow down, not that way. Not like stops and suddenly moves forward again. Not that way. No, that's why it doesn't work. Okay. I recommend to change the previous drawing. Yeah, just shift it a bit to the left. Okay, good. And if you see the top one, it's make it smaller, make it in between previous one and the next one, but make it longer because car couldn't lose the mass, right? Because if you cut this way, it used to be longer. The whole car is supposed to be longer. Yeah. No, straight vertical. No. Same, keeping the same. Yeah, same axis. Back supposed to be parallel. More. No, yeah. Even more, just a bit more. Yeah. Yep. Change position for the tire. So also, next one. It's supposed to be still, you know, leaning back just a bit. Less than previous one, but leaning back, not on front. You shift it. I talk about the body leaning back. No, don't change the position for the drawing. Yeah. In this case, you will see 3 drawings right now. Yeah, 3 drawings in this position. At least 3 drawings. But this one has to be just shift a bit forward because it's stuck. But now you need to push car forward, not in the right straight right now. Yeah, you see? Yeah, this is straight here, right? You need, this one. Yeah, you need to push forward. Yeah, make it inertia, yeah.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
The tires should move a little bit or the
of
tires
course,
stay?
yes, the slides, most definitely. Yes, the slides. If they're, stuck in the same place, you will lose the weight. You will lose the kind of like a normal car, It's kind of sliced too, right?
But I saw that maybe like in cartoons, the tires stop, but body it's a little bit delay and continue the movement.
Yeah, but body still continue. Yeah, let's say tires moves less, but body still continue, right? What's actually stops? Stops tires, right? Stops first. It's overlap, right? But the body still continue move forward. Yeah, link to forward. Yeah, don't be worried. More shape on the front now. More shape on the front. Yeah. No more, even more. No, you see where the cabin connected to the, forgot the name. Yes, right there. Yeah. But this one, that will be longest one, right? It's kind of like, still kind of, you see that the line of the body of the car, right? It's a parallel to the ground. It's not right. The front, the nose of the car is supposed to be linked toward the ground. His back supposed to be up, right? But nose of the car, it's down. That's what it is. But now you have, if you see line, between the wheels, right? You see, it's a parallel to the ground. No, it's not right. Yeah, the front supposed to be linked toward to the ground. Front or nose, the nose of the car. But the back of the car is supposed to be the same way up, angle.
Yes, I understand.
Make it angle, yeah, not just a straight.
Here a little bit,
exactly.
yes.
Down, yeah. No, everything. No, not just nose. Just all line, yeah. Make it just angle, like. Okay. By the way, same principle you have to use when car is anticipated for driving. You have to play with that line. The level of the lowest part of the car, right? You can look on my animation. You can check why I send you my animation. You can see there. You can see there everything. See, even more. I believe you have more link. And by the way, the top one too. You see that? Yeah, exactly. Again, to everyone. Kate, the front wheel is supposed to be squashed, right? The front wheel, because all weight pushing car down. That's the reason why it has to be squashed. Yeah. Let's look what you have. Okay, Ma. Let's start. It's the same, some kind of mistakes because when you work with shape of the car, right? With the body of the car, the lower part or the cabin level is supposed to be changed. Like before it started, it's kind of changed, not a parallel to the ground. See what I mean? Same with top, and everything is a parallel. You see, and
this somewhere here.
Yeah.
It goes like
No,
this.
not here. No, not here. I can show you. If you see here, you see that line, you see? That's anticipation. That's what I'm talking about, right? This is parallel.
Yeah.
But this one too, you see, when it stops, but when it
Okay, got it.
starts stopping, you see, because it's changed. You see the line? The same principle, like I said, if character, human, writing, start to stopping, you see, that's what's happening. See, same thing. But this one, when character stops and doing this way. Same, absolutely.
Yeah, got
same.
it.
You can actually finish if you have today, anytime, right? Also check the sizes, okay? Check the sizes. The sizes proportion, because sometimes it looks like
Miss the volume, the correct volume.
Yeah, like I said, if you stretch it, right? It's getting skinnier here, right? But longer. See?
Yeah.
If you squash it like this, right? It's a higher, but it's squashed from both sides, right? What I really like, what you do, you're absolutely right. You draw very lightly. But the same way, I recommend to concern more about the shape, main shape, than like eye or some details.
Yeah, I'm a little bit struggling with that because I kind of sketch it, and every time I just need to keep in mind the volume, the shapes, and everything. Yeah.
No, I perfectly understand it's not easy. Yes, of course it's not easy.
Practice makes perfect.
Absolutely. Alena, okay. Alena, very good. The only time.
Very good.
You see, in the very end, in the very beginning, it's kind of a bit too slow. See, too slow. when you start, can you flip this for me from the very beginning? This one is too slow. It's supposed to be instead of 15, if you have 11, 13, it's like 2 frames instead of 4. Yeah, also flip next. Yeah, that's too much. You can make it on once, everything on once, this part. And even previous one, like from 20, I would say from frame 20, yeah, even 21, no, 20, previous one, 20, 19. Yes, start from that, it's on once. Once, okay, instead of 2. Here too, when it drops, drop your car on a 1. Yeah, highest position could be until the last one, right? I'll show you. Hold on. Anyway, this position, let's say, right? Could be last one and 2. This next position, it's next is a 1, which is like if it's this is first, this is second. Squashed could be 4, 1 to 4. But like I said, this is your highest position, not your car's highest position, right? From here to here, everything on once, like bam, okay? But this one, could be maybe this one too, this 2, this 2. And after that, on 1, drops down, connected, contact, right? And after contact, squash. That's it. Also recommend when you do your animation, try to make it not so close to the end of the frame. You see that? You see how much space you have here? You see, it's like empty space. Yeah, that's the frame. Kind of like this, you know. Not in the middle, right? But not so low. Comfortable to watch what's going to happen. Because we're an artist, you know. We have to do good composition too, okay? But really good, and plus try to draw through, like I said, you know, when you draw everything, draw through, not just like lines. But mostly very good done. Yeah, if you can finish, that'll be great. Okay, Vladlena. Okay, that's kind of nervous car, right? She's very nervous.
Maybe a little bit.
That's funny. No, the only what I think, if you can flip for me too, please. From the very beginning, just flip. You need to make more precise shape, more precise, let's say, changes too, because sometimes it's chewing, you know, looks like chewing, not quite solid. Anyway, can you flip again from the beginning? Anticipation is not enough. Plus, you see what's going on. In your case, you leak the body, right? But car actually almost in the same place. Why doesn't look strange, you know? You have to change the shape or leaning car only. Probably, can you show me next drawing? Right here, yeah. But previous one, please. Yeah, this one is too early, you know. It's too early. Actually, when you have to think like this, it's similar to running, right? If you just start leaning forward and you start running, you have to already move forward. If not, you will just fall down. That's exactly what's happening in your case with your car. Of course, she can't fall down because she's on her wheels, but you know that's the principle. You know, if you lean forward, you actually start falling. You just need to support with your legs. You're falling, right? By the way, if you're walking fast, it's the same principle, right? If you stop, you can just fall because you lean too much. You know, your center of weight not above your legs. That's what's happening. Same with your car.
So first move the wheels and only then the stop.
Exactly, exactly. The next one, flip, please. And like I said, it's supposed to be at least 3 drawings, principle of 3, which means, you know, can you flip back? You see, you have position, you know, when it leans back, right? Only 1, it's not enough. It's supposed to be at least 3. Plus, center of weight, like I said, it's too fast, stops. You see the center of weight, previous one, please? You see the center of weight, next one, please? You see, it's almost...
Short.
Yeah, it's too fast, stops. By the way, the good principle for inertia, right? It could be half a way of previous one. Like if you had, you know, the distance between previous one to the next one, right? For the stop, you can divide it in half, and that's when you can put your next drawing. See, not like a more than a half, no more. In human, you know, like we can stop almost immediately. We can, but with jump, mostly with jump. But when we run, we can stop too. The same principle, like a oh. No, we have to jump, you know why? Because we have to change our body weight, center of weight, I'm sorry. And after jump, we put the center of weight back and legs up forward. That's why we can stop almost immediately. Car can do this, car can't. In principle of three, like I said, principle of three. So also idea to keep same amount of meat, like I said, same amount of meat because it's kind of chewing. Shape is not quite. I would say it has to be a really consistent shape too, because sometimes it's roundish, sometimes it's too skinny, you know, without any reason. Think this way. Yeah, you can finish it. Also, like I said about shape. Yeah, if you draw this shape, right? You see, let's see, where's this, and this. That's a shape. That's what I'm talking about. That's the shape. You see this shape?
Yeah.
You have to feel it. Not line. That's a shape. This one, you see this shape, this way. Could be this way, but that's the shape. See, that's the shape. Think about shape, not lines. And we'll be fine, okay? The tires too, you have to reasonable change them, but not like make it as bigger or smaller without any reason, okay? So Ksenia, right?
Yeah, I think I'm left.
Okay. That's so funny. Ksenia, you're almost absolutely right. The principle is right, but the stopping, you see, when it starts, it needs more time for anticipation too. Can you flip for me? You see what's really happened. You actually, hold on, can you flip back, please? Anticipation not strong enough for that. And not, I'll show you one thing. It needs to be really squashed. Like I said, that's a kind of, you see, kind of spring, right? You need to do that. After that, you can really, you know, jump forward. See, that's the principle. Even maybe more like this. Even maybe higher this.
It feels like I stretched him back, but didn't squash in the end. Like the one frame is missing.
Yeah, the reason is why you need a so big squash and big anticipation, because it's a bigger anticipation, is a faster you can move. Because in your case, the speed of the car is not equal to the anticipation. You know, anticipation not strong enough for that kind of speed. Number one. Number two, you know, when you stop it, like I said, you see the same problem you guys doing today. It's the lower part or lower, I would say, edge of the body, right? It's a parallel to the ground, which is not quite right. Yes.
Could you please show how to move the pictures, like along the shed?
It's kind of like opposite way, you know, like this, you know, kind of like this. That's when it stops. If you can see my animation, you can see that. That's what I'm talking about. The edge of the body, not a parallel. It's pushing because all weight is still continue this way. It stops here, right? But it still continue this way. That's why it's going to pushing back forward to the or toward to the ground. Yeah, you can if you even, you know, riding by bike, you will see this way. Anytime you stops, you know. If you immediately stops, you will get the same result.
Is there any way to move the pictures in Blender? I mean, is there any selection tool, like, so you can like select the picture and move it?
Yes, I never use it, but I think girls
figure it out.
They know.
You just need to change the mode. On the top, on the left, you see the draw mode. You need to change to edit mode. Then push the edit on the right frame, and it's selected. But you need to be careful with the thumbnails. Better to move it to the other layer.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I never use it. It's my wife, she uses it, I know. Yeah, Ksenia, last thing, think about composition tool. Yeah, you see that the screen is so big and the car is so small. It needs to be kind of fit well, not too big, not too small. You know, that's what this composition is.
Because I couldn't move the pictures. I really couldn't, like.
You can use the camera now on the right one. You see, on the right. It's right here. It's a camera.
Yeah, I got it now.
Or you can use it.
I can replace them now.
Yeah, you can shift it with the hand. It's a palm. You can see palm. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's what actually I recommend. By the way, you had yesterday. All of you had 1 day to finish previous one, right? Boxes. Because I know it's not easy to do so fast and so efficient right away, because you need to thinking about this, right? First, thinking, rethinking, and give up. I'm just kidding. Okay, good. Thank you. Good luck. Mostly, I really surprised. How you're doing. Really, yeah. It's not easy, and you're really doing well. I'm not lying to you. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Wish you can finish this, thinking this, analyze even my animation, which you have. And I talked today about that, right? Squash stretch, principle of three, right? Principle of the anticipation, principle of inertia. And remember, whatever you like to move, if your character moves fast, you need strongest anticipation. Your anticipation strongest is faster your character can be moved. Bye.